Hello, my name is Martina and welcome to the third episode of my Vlogtober. Today it's the 7th of October and I just arrived to my home country, which is amazing. We are currently in a hotel that we booked for one day, for one night. We are leaving tomorrow this accommodation and going to our accommodation that's for a week. It's a nice little house. So yeah, I cannot wait. I'm really tired, cannot wait to take a shower and just fall asleep. But I thought, because yesterday I didn't have any energy to put a video or just talk to the camera, so I decided to film everything today. And I have quite some updates. Well, first of all, I took a lot of projects with me to Slovakia and I would love to show them to you. And they're all kind of different and same at the same time. First of them is a sock that I'm knitting for my colleague. He brought me some yarn he had left from his mother, who sadly passed away, and he had no idea what to do with the yarn, so he brought it to work and gave it to me, which is really nice, but basically I do not have any use for it. But it was still really nice of him, so I decided to make him some socks. So I'm knitting a tube. It's beautiful stripy yarn. It's wool yarn that I have bought many years ago in a local shop in my country, and I decided to just make a simple 3x1 rib, which then stops on a half of the stitches. You can see I stopped here with the rib. It's still going in pattern, but it's stuck in it, while here it's still ribbing. You can see it's still ribbing. And I'm going to do an afterfold heel because it's easier and I do not like to do the heel flap. I do not like the look of it. Maybe it depends on the sock, because I did knit the mystery sock along by Stephen West, and I did like the heel flap over there because it was nice with the whole arrangement and everything, but I do not like them with such simple vanilla stripy sock. So I decided to just do the afterfold heel, and I'm also using it's the same color, but it's a separate skein of yarn which I have, and it's just a plain green. Actually, I forgot to take this one with me. I only have this, so I will just go on and knit on it, and I will do a long tube, which will, like, this end will mirror this end, and then I will do just 2 toes. I will cut it in the middle, and I will do 2 toes, 2 heels, and that's it. And I will have 2 socks. The only thing I need to remember is to cast this part off quite loosely when I will be doing the other side, because it tends to get well, quite snugly on your feet. You can do a stretchy cast on, but the stretchy bind off is never as stretchy as the cast on. And my colleague, he's really skinny, he has really skinny legs, so this will be just fine for him. You can see it's really pretty. The stripes are showing, and yeah, I love this yarn. I have a lot of sock yarn. I have a lot of sock yarn, but I never know what to do with it. And one time I decided to make like a throw, and then I decided against it because it didn't look like right. I didn't like it, so it's just sitting in my wardrobe full of works in progress, waiting for me to rip it back, to frog it, and have a go at some other projects. And I would love some, not a scrappy project, but a sock yarn project, you know, like I can use it because I do not have the amount for a sweater, although I do have an amount for one sweater, and I'm intending to use the yarn. It's a black yarn, black sock yarn. It's a Fable by Drops, and I do intend to use it for a porcelain sweater, which is really nice. It has like this motif, like from the old porcelain mugs my parents used to collect and still do. And the mugs then collect the dust. When I moved out, I swore to myself never collect any china or porcelain, and I already have some, so well, it was a wedding gift, and I did keep it in a box that I keep at my parents' house, and I will put it to my new house when it actually exists, because for now we do not have a house that's actually standing. They are all in the process of getting built or getting planned, you can say. Yeah, so yeah, still living on the road, which is kind of nice, because you, well, try to learn how to minimize the stuff you have, and then you realize that you do actually want to own something. You get quite depressed, well, at least I do, and then you buy a lot of things you do not need, and they take up a lot of space. And that's why we still have one armchair and 2 bicycles in Belgium, where we used to live for 2 years, and we left them in the garage. It was like a house that the workers used to live in, so you can leave some stuff in the garage, and we did. We leave it there, and it's there, it's waiting for us. We will pick it up one day. Yeah, but I'm really missing my bike, because it was giving me the exercise I needed, and I miss it. And I also miss my armchair, because I used to knit in it. It was comfy. My husband used to sleep in it because he always dozed off, and it was just nice. I miss our room in Belgium, although it was wet and moldy. We used to live in a really old house with some of our colleagues. It was 6 people in the house. It was a huge house. And yes, we had a room which had quite a moldy corner, you can say. So every week on Saturday and Sunday I had to clean the whole place and sanitize it and everything. But it was nice. It was only during the autumn and spring, because in Belgium most of the year it rains. But during the winter you put on the heating, so it's actually getting dry. And during the summer, well, the summers are scorching hot, also with a lot of rain, but they are scorching hot, so at least those years we lived there, so there's no mold. Yeah, but the springs and autumns, they are brutal, and we had a lot of mold in the corner, and we had to clean it every time. It was the black kind of mold, so yeah, it was bad for our airways and everything. We are both allergic to a lot of stuff. We sneeze the whole year, so having black mold in the house is not good for us. So yeah, I had to get rid of it every time. It barely appeared. So yeah, good with black mold. If you need some help, just tell me. I will write you all of the ingredients you need for getting rid of it for at least 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. So the sock was a first project that I took. I wanted to knit on it in the car because it's quite mindless. But yeah, spoiler, I didn't knit in the car at all. Because half of the way, we left at 6 in the morning. My husband was driving till 12. Well, till 1, we can say it till 1. Then we ate some lunch on the road. Some fish and chips, you know, North Sea. Something, yeah, on the road, because there was nothing we could take away. So we just ate in a restaurant, and then it was my turn to drive. So I was driving for a few hours, and then we switched again because I was falling asleep behind the wheel because it was a long day. And we arrived at 5:30. We took our keys, we took our stuff upstairs. We are traveling light, just one luggage and a few bags with personal stuff and computers and so on. And we went to eat to a restaurant that we like. And yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm sitting here and talking to camera. So yeah, because I do not want to go to sleep. It's too early tomorrow. We have to leave before 10, so we will leave at 10. And the new house, we can take the keys at 2 in the afternoon. So we have... My brain is not doing math today. So we have 4 hours to spend somewhere. And I think we will go and see my parents. Not quite sure about it, but I think we will go. Because we cannot go see my sister because she's in the church. Yeah, she will be at church with the kids. And we will go there afterwards. Yeah, so yeah, that's the plan. We will see. And it's still too early for me to go to sleep because I will just fall asleep, wake up late anyways, and yeah, I can just talk to you, talk to the camera, blab away about my knitting, and it will be fine. Yeah, so that was the first project. The second project is a shawl again. I've never in my life knitted more than one shawl before. And it was the half and half triangle shawl by... I forgot. I will remember. It's a free pattern you can find on the internet, and it was a beautiful, I loved it, green and gray shawl. I have a fly here and I cannot get it out. It's a huge one. It was a beautiful shawl. I loved it, and I lost it. The last time we were traveling to Germany, I had it on me in the car, and when we arrived to Germany, it was nowhere to be found. So I probably left it somewhere on a gas station. Yeah, so anyone who found my half and half triangle shawl, I hope you will enjoy it because it's lovely. I knitted it in the Bumbo acrylic, which is, I think, a Dutch yarn, which is no longer to be found. And I had a problem with it because in the middle of the project I ran out of the green yarn and I had to find a substitute. It's by Mayflower yarn company, and they do provide like all of the substitutes, so I just bought the substitute from Mayflower. Yeah, but since I lost it, I casted on a new one, which well, I am mid-row, which is never good because I cannot show it to you properly, and I'm always knitting the bigger size. You have two choices. You can do the smaller size and the bigger size. It's 200 and something stitches, and you just knit the garter stitch, which is quite nice. It's not straining on your hands. You just knit away. You can do whatever you want, and you just knit. And this one I am knitting in, once again, acrylic yarn from Teddy. Teddy is like a chain of shops who they have a lot of stuff. Like they have everything from, I think if you ask for coffins, they will have them. Even the nails for coffin, they will have them. And they also have yarn. And the closer it gets to Christmas, the more yarn they have. And the further it gets from Christmas, the more sales they have on yarn. So I went in the spring to my local Teddy shop and I bought probably all of the skeins of this brushed acrylic yarn I found, and I bought them in two colors. One is this pale blue-gray color and the other is brown. And I intend to hold these brushed ones together with the unicorn. It's also a yarn from Teddy, and it's like a unicorn barf. And I have two versions of this. There's 3 versions of it, and I managed to snatch 2 of those. Although one is like mainly white with speckles of all of the yarns, it's more toned, and this other one is well more screaming at your face. And I couldn't find all of the skeins I needed for the toned one, so I had to substitute it with this one. So it won't be half and a half, but it will be like approximately the same, not a huge difference. And this is the fabric. It's really pretty. It's warm because the brushed acrylic is really warm and soft. I love brushed acrylic. I love mohair. I love brushed acrylic. It's nice to knit with, and it's keeping me warm because I do tend to use my knits, they're heavy duty knits, so I need them to be sturdy to survive me. Well, I had this sweater for I guess 10 years and it's still holding because it's acrylic. Yeah, so yeah, I do like to use acrylic yarn. I know it's not good for the environment, but it gets the job done, and I didn't always have the money to buy the 100% wool. I still do not. I do buy wool but it's a wool on a budget. So that means I buy yarns like drops or fable, which is also drops, or I buy wool yarn cones, which I have to hold double or triple with other yarns because wool is pricey, especially in my countries. They're extremely pricey, so I do need to opt sometimes for some acrylic and mohair, or some brushed acrylic and some wool. Yeah, I just have to compromise. Yeah, but back to my shawl, half and half triangle shawl. It's nice for a beginner knitter because it's only stockinette stitch, so you are always knitting all your rows. I'm pretty sure everyone knows this pattern. Yeah, it's Pearl Soho. Yeah, and it's fluffy, it's warm, and I intend to knit it to have it in the car. The green and gray was also in the car. I lost it. I need something to replace it. This will be it. So that's the second project bag. I have it in the fruit sachet from Lidl, so I will put it back later. And then I took another blanket, and it's my, well, granny square blanket, but it's knitted. Look, I will show you. Yeah, so I knit these squares, which then I will sew together, probably on a machine or by hand, and they will make this nice, well, you can call it a quilt. It's really nice, warm, and it's acrylic again. So I have it in all of these colors: light blue, violet, oh, this is like a teal or aqua, you could call it. This is yellow, it's a nice yellow, not like on the camera, and this is dark green. And you start from the middle, and then you do this beautiful pattern where you use the yarn overs and some increases and decreases to create this beautiful pattern. And then you change to the lighter color. You can also reverse them, and you just make this beautiful border, which is also, you know, yarn overs and this eyelets going all around it, and it's really pretty. I saw this pattern on the internet, but I cannot remember who's the author. I know I just saw it and I memorized the pattern, and I knitted a few squares, and then I couldn't find the pattern anymore. So if you are interested, I can write you some instructions, basic instructions, but in fact it's really easy. You're just increasing and increasing intentionally, and it creates this beautiful pattern. I have 2, 4, 5 squares yet, and I knit them on a 4.5mm needle, so they go fast, but I have to count. And when I'm knitting, watching something, I do not want to count. I just knitted the Farah shawl. I was talking about it in the last episode, and I always had to count. I always had to look at the pattern, and I do not want to do it anymore. not this time. I want to just rest. Yeah, because this is going to be a stressful time for me, so I want to just rest, and yeah, I want something easy, but we will see. I still took it. The next project I took is no surprise. It's the bunny, and I was quite an optimist to say the last time that I would finish half of the body in the evening, because I did not. I fell asleep, and the bunny is still the same. So I really do have to get knitting on this, because I need to get it done till the end of the week. Well, I can still send it, you know, by the post office. It will be here in a few days, but I do not want to. I would love to give it to her when I see her, which is tomorrow probably, which is impossible. And I still have to knit a few other things. So yeah, we will see, because still I need to follow the pattern, so I cannot just take it on the couch. Well, I could, I just didn't want to. Yeah, but we will see. I need to finish it, and I need to force myself to finish it, because it's beautiful, the bunny is perfect, and I would love to gift it to my niece. And the last one, which is a spoiler, if you're doing the WestKnits knit along and you do not want to see the first clue, or didn't have the chance to see the first clue, do not watch, because I started and then I went offline for a few days, and when I came back the clue was not there anymore. Well, the written one. And instead of that there was another clue, which I do not like, because apparently the first one resembled a swastika, which I do not see. I see a beautiful I'm twisting my stitches. Yeah, Celtic knot, which is nice. I really liked it, but apparently I cannot like it. And I had to change it, because yeah, people do not like it. I do understand why people do not like it and didn't want to knit it up. Yes, it's not nice to be seeing something like that in your knitted garment, but also it was not Steven's fault. He just made a beautiful design. I'm pretty sure he didn't see it there. I also did not. Well, I will show you mine. Mine looks like this, and it's really pretty. I love it. It knits up fabulous. The colors are amazing, but now I'm scared, because I have the black in my color scheme, and apparently if you knit with black it creates the swastika. So I do not want to do the other pattern. I will just switch my colors. So for one half I will follow the normal order of the colors, and for the other half I will just switch them. I will basically go from the darkest to the lightest, and it will create, you know, like a zigzag pattern, so it won't be a swastika anymore, although I do not see there, but yes, people do, and it's okay. Yeah, So I think that will get rid of all of the problems with this heat problem. Yeah, and also what was I doing this past few days? Well, I was knitting on the clue and it was nice, and then I had to stop because I had to pack, and I was packing for a long time because we were at work till 6 on Friday, till 6 in the evening, and then I had to pack, and I hate packing because I also have to clean when I'm packing, and I do not like to clean. My brain is like basically scattered. I can go from room to room, start doing something, and then never finish it. So when I go back, when I circle, I'm just in the middle of the huge mess. Yeah, I cannot see you anymore. And I'm really puffy also. You see? Yeah, that's fine. So I'm just in the middle of the mess, and I cannot do anything because I'm paralyzed basically. So I just play on my phone, and then I just get up and hyper focus on everything, get everything done, and die basically. Fall asleep. Yeah, that's it. So that was my Friday. Yeah, and that's it. I did document the road to Slovakia. It was not as autumnly as I hoped for. Like the fall colors still didn't get through. I don't know why. It's still somewhat warm here. So yeah, I can just hope it will get more and more colorful. But for now it's still like green and a little bit of yellow, but the air, it's autumn, you know, it's the autumn air, so it's nice, and it's like warm, but it's cold because it's the Central Europe, so you don't have any excess moisture. It's really nice. So yeah, I love this. I probably knit on the Geogradient because I like it. You know, I know people are upset because of the accidental symbol they can see in it, but I actually like it. It's really pretty, it's elegant if you do it correctly, because I've seen a lot of versions where the people picked subtle, really subtle gradient, and it's just plain, you know, you can just see the modulation, but there's no stripes, and it's really pretty. I think I could also get that effect if I held it with some more hair, but I actually like the stripes, so I will keep the stripes. I'm on the, I think, 5th section. Well, I'm on the 2nd triangle basically. I will finish this, and then I will do this stripe, and that's it. Then I will do the next half, and I will reverse the colors, and that's it. So yeah. Also, I would love to well, thank everyone who watched the videos. I do know my scattered brain makes terrible videos, but it's still nice to know that someone watches them and enjoys them as much as I enjoy making them. And yeah, thank you very much for subscribing and writing comments. I enjoy them. I will reply, I didn't have the time and I'm folding. I know, I'm sorry. So I will reply to you, and yeah, have a nice knitting. Enjoy the autumn, enjoy the fall, enjoy your knitting, and have a nice day. Yeah, bye.